Good day, children. This is the next video session of the lesson Solids, Liquids, and Gases. In the last session, we learned about matter. Matter is a substance that possesses mass and occupies space. States of matter are usually of three types, that is, solids, liquids, and gases. We also learned that the intermolecular force of attraction and intermolecular space determines the states of matter. We discussed about various properties of the three states of matter. Matter is present everywhere, but will it retain its shape? Can matter change its state? Yes, you are correct. Matter can change its state. Let's learn more about it in this video. Changing states of matter. Changing states of matter occur when matter loses or absorbs heat energy. When a substance absorbs heat energy, the atoms and molecules move more rapidly, and this increased energy pushes particles far enough that they change their form. Common changes of the states of matter include melting, evaporation, freezing, and condensation. Let's discuss about each of these changing states of matter in detail. Melting. In the picture, you can see that the solid molecules, rigid, closely packed solid molecules, when heated, change into liquid molecules. The intermolecular space increases. The same way, if you take out ice cubes from the freezer and place them in a warm room, the ice would absorb energy from the warm air around them. This absorbed energy would facilitate them to overcome the force of attraction holding them together, enabling them to slip out of the fixed position that they held as ice. So, this process in which a solid changes to a liquid is called as melting. And the temperature at which a solid changes to a liquid is called as melting point. Evaporation. So this picture shows you the liquid molecules when heated quickly escape into the air as gas molecules. If the vapor is hot enough, it starts to boil. Bubbles of water vapor are formed in the boiling water. This happens as particles of liquid water gain enough energy to completely overcome the force of attraction between them and changes to gaseous state. The bubbles rise through the water and escape from the pot as steam. So this process in which a liquid boils and changes to gas is called as evaporation. And the temperature at which the liquid changes to gas, that is, the temperature at which the liquid boils, is called as its boiling point. Condensation. When you take cold water in a container and keep it in the table, the hot air around us, when it comes in contact with the cold surface of the container, it cools and loses energy, loses heat energy. The cooler water particles no longer have the energy to overcome the force of attraction between them. They come together and form droplets of liquid water. This process in which a gas changes to liquid is known as condensation. Freezing. When you keep some warm water in the freezer, the warm water loses heat to the cold air in the freezer. This heat transfer occurs until no energy is available for the particles to slide past each other. This forces them to remain in fixed position, locked in place by the intermolecular force of attraction. In this way, liquid water is changed into solid ice. The process by which liquid water changes to solid ice is termed as freezing. And the temperature at which freezing occurs is known as the freezing point. So now you can very well understand that both melting and evaporation, they absorb heat. They take in heat energy. So they both are heating process. Whereas freezing and condensation, they lose energy. They are cooling process. In melting and boiling, the particles in the states of matter vibrate rapidly and the intermolecular space increases. But whereas in freezing and condensation, they lose energy, they are cooling process, the intermolecular space decreases between the particles. Thank you.